Tonight on Apple Valley News Now, an in-depth report. We're highlighting a local law enforcement partnership working to track down online predators. Coming up, some of the challenges investigators face and how to protect your own children from becoming victims. A Kennewick man has been arrested for trying to escape from officers and is accused of hitting one of them with his car. We're talking about that. And people trying to fly out of the Tri-Cities this morning spent some time with delays. We'll tell you what kept them waiting.
And we're tracking fog, freezing fog, chilly temperatures, and even some mountain snow headed our way later this week. All the details coming up in your First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time, on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. They're criminals that can act from anywhere, and they have a direct line to children through the internet. Tonight, we're highlighting a task force bringing together local law enforcement with state and federal partners, all focused on fighting internet crimes against children.
You can't say any particular app is perfect and good, or any particular app is terrible and the worst one out there.
Damon Jansen is the Richland Police Department's Commander for Investigations and Southeast Region Internet Crimes Against Children, or ICAC, task force in the Tri-Cities. The task force brings together law enforcement officers from multiple agencies to investigate child sexual exploitation cases and prosecute the criminals responsible.
Typically what happens is a company will find some egregious materials that have come across their servers. They'll notify NCMEC, which is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Seattle ICAC decides where they need to go and be investigated, and then we get our share of them down here in the Tri-Cities.
While law enforcement officers are working to track down criminals online, there are simple steps you can take to make sure the children in your life don't become victims.
If they're asking for an app, do some research on it. And then, if you do give them access to that app, stay engaged with them about that.
You can also set rules starting early, like banning phones from the bedroom, keeping doors open, and limiting access to the internet late at night. There are also parental controls that can help you monitor what your kids are up to online, but they're not foolproof.
The only thing that I've found that is foolproof is, parents being engaged with their kids and working through it together.
There's always a chance that even with the best safeguards in the world, someone will make a mistake.
They send a picture or they send a video doing an act that they normally wouldn't do, and now that person has that and can use that against them. They'll say, hey, send us more, or we're going to release this to your family. So what does a child do in that case? It's very difficult. Do you go to mom and dad and say, hey, this is what I did, please help me? Or do you just send more images and get further caught up in it? We want them to know that they're not alone. We can help out. What we would ask you to do is don't delete those images because it's evidence. Call the police department and we'll walk you through the steps.
You can also raise the alarm even if the child involved isn't yours.
If you see something of concern, report it. We never want to deter that, right? And when it comes to the most vulnerable of our population, we can be their voices. And so it's important for us to say something.
Now, the internet is constantly changing. Keeping up with it is a challenge. And Richland Police say you can contact the ICAC task force and have someone come talk to your organization about how to protect children online. We're going to have that information for you up on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And now to an update on an Amber Alert out of West Richland. Authorities say the teen who disappeared from Pasco on November 24th has now been found. The West Richland Police Department says the teen was found safe in King County over on the west side and is being interviewed by investigators. They say they hope to reunite the teen with her family in West Richland soon. At this time, there's no information on if anyone has been arrested in connection to this case. Now let's talk about our forecast. We've seen fog out there for days now. Stacy Lee is tracking that for us. Stacy, what are we looking at for this evening?
Well, that fog is definitely around, but it has improved and then gotten worse in some areas. We're at about 1 mile of visibility at Walla Walla. Remember, most of the day they were about a quarter of a mile visibility. Tri-Cities is looking a little bit better, but still fog in the area. Prosser has gotten a little bit worse. So between Tri-Cities and Prosser, that's when you'll start encountering dense fog tonight. We're also seeing fog here in Pendleton. Right now, 29 degrees in our Legends Casino Skycam. Our feels like temp is 25. We have light winds at 3 miles per hour. Our sunset tonight was at 4:14. We also have an air stagnation advisory that's in place now through Thursday, not only due to the fog, but we just don't have any wind pushing any of that stagnant air. Everything is holding down below that level of fog, and those those clouds, so air quality could be an issue here over the next couple of days. Just be careful. Temperatures chilly tonight. We're talking teens and 20s through the area. So look for that patchy fog, freezing fog, air quality below average temperatures at least through Friday. And we're even tracking some weekend mountain snow showers. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And that fog was the biggest reason many flights out of the Tri-Cities this morning were delayed by more than a few hours. Airlines in and out of the airport say there simply wasn't enough visibility for pilots to land and take off safely. Travelers who got to the airport found their flights pushed back, but as the day went on, the fog did start to clear, even for a short period of time.
We're in that time of year where if the temperature's around 30 degrees, that fog just sits and lays in on us till it warms up. There's not much we can do except ride it out and hope it goes away.
Now, some good news here. The Tri-Cities Airport is also seeing its parking lots opening up again. The busy holiday traffic stuffed the parking lots full, but Buck Taft, that you just heard from there, says they were able to help people who needed to find a parking spot. And delays were not uncommon around the country as the Thanksgiving holiday came to a close. More than 7,000 flights were delayed on Sunday, with 46 cancellations, according to the FlightAware website. AAA reported 55.4 million Americans traveled for the weekend. That is a 2.3% hike from last year. The agency says nearly 5 million of those travelers flew to their destination. Much of the area, as we mentioned, has been struggling with foggy conditions over the last few days. It sounds like it may be sticking around for a while. Now, the fog has kept first responders and law enforcement busy over the holiday weekend. Fog, which becomes its thickest after the sun goes down, has been to blame for multiple crashes. And Washington State Patrol Trooper Chris Thorson says when it comes to the fog, drivers need to slow down and pay attention because there's really not much else you can do to stop it.
If you do experience fog and it is below 32 degrees, keep in mind that that might freeze over the pavement. Typically what's the worst driving conditions in eastern Washington? Freezing rain, number one, freezing fog, which we saw this morning, and then also heavy snowfall.
Authorities say if the visibility is low, you may want to consider staying home until the conditions improve. And when they have to respond to crashes, it's hard to see them as they're working on that scene. A Kennewick man was arrested Saturday after authorities say he tried to run from officers and hit one of them with his getaway car. 38-year-old David Caton was arrested on suspicion of assault, eluding, identity theft, resisting arrest, and other charges. Kennewick officers say they spotted a car they recognized as one that Caton drives at a local motel parking lot on Clearwater Avenue. He was wanted, and when police tried to arrest him, they say he took off from the parking lot, hit an officer on his way. Caton was arrested a short time later with help from the Benton County Sheriff's Office. Condition of the officer who was hit is not yet known. A Walla Walla family is getting assistance from the Red Cross after a house fire that happened on Thanksgiving Day. Fire crews from Walla Walla Fire Stations 1 and 2 were called to a home in the 600 block of Chase Avenue. When firefighters got to the scene, they say flames and heavy smoke were coming from the basement. Now, everyone made it out of the home, but 2 people were taken to the hospital to get treatment for smoke inhalation. And investigators say this fire started because materials were placed too close to a portable heater. In your headlines around the world this evening, Idaho is asking the Supreme Court to allow its strict abortion law to go into effect while the appeals process continues to play out. So Idaho's Defense of Life Act is a near total ban on abortion. It also prosecutes doctors who perform the procedure. But the only exception is if the life of the mother is at risk. Now, the Justice Department has sued Idaho and claimed that a provision of a federal Medicare preempts the state law in emergency rooms. A district judge blocked the abortion ban from being enforced, but a federal appeals court put that ruling on hold pending appeal. The hold was later lifted. Pope Francis has canceled some commitments due to suffering from what the Vatican says is a lung inflammation. The Pope had to go to the hospital Saturday because he experienced breathing issues. Hospital officials ruled out pneumonia, and Vatican officials say he has been improving daily, but it's not yet known when he will pick up his full schedule. And dozens of families are celebrating after loved ones were released by Hamas over the past 4 days. More than 160 people remain in hostage situations, according to the Israeli Prime Minister's office, and negotiations over their release continue. Meanwhile, in Washington, lawmakers are negotiating additional aid for Israel. Jen Sullivan looks at the latest hostage release and the ongoing debate by lawmakers here at home.
9-year-old Ohad Munder running to his father, feeling his firm embrace. A hug they've waited 49 days for. Ohad, his mother and grandmother were among the 69 hostages released by Hamas over the past 4 days. One of the youngest, Abigail Eden, who turned 4 while being held hostage. Seen here smiling, surrounded by her grandparents, aunt and uncle. Her parents were murdered by Hamas. For these families, reunions are a moment of relief they've waited weeks for. Like Dalia Mizrahi, whose cousin and children are seen being released in this video.
We are very relieved. We feel like a ton of brick has been lifted over our hearts.
But for many families, the desperation continues. More than 160 hostages remain captive by Hamas.
It's not done. We can't celebrate.
An agreement has been reached to extend the Israel-Hamas truce in Gaza by an additional 2 days, but it's unknown when the remaining hostages will be released. Meanwhile, in Washington, negotiations continue over aid for Israel as Congress returns to work this week.
We desperately need the supplemental funding that the president asked for.
Some progressives want restrictions on aid, with Senator Bernie Sanders asking for Israel to end what he calls indiscriminate bombing in Gaza before sending more money. Some conservatives want to see changes to immigration policies here at home before sending more foreign aid to allies like Israel and Ukraine. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Now, Hamas has released 58 hostages over the past 3 days, and in exchange, Israel freed 117 Palestinians from prison. The next batches are expected to consist of women and children. In your consumer headlines tonight, President Biden is launching the White House Council on Supply Chain Resilience. So Biden says this is an effort to keep the pandemic-era consumer goods shortages from ever happening again, and a way to keep the supply chain strong. The council is made up of senior White House officials and cabinet members. Now, Biden also says he's invoking the Defense Production Act amid drug shortages. The move will permit $35 million of investments in the manufacturing of key medicines. Here's one bit of good news about holiday spending. The prices at the pump aren't adding to the burden. The price of gas has been falling for 60 days in a row, according to AAA. And the current national average price of regular is down 27 cents per gallon from a month ago to $3.25. A giant U.S. automaker is recalling more than 250,000 vehicles because of a serious injury risk to drivers and passengers. Honda is recalling nearly 304,000 brand new Accords and HR-Vs over an issue with seat belts. So this is for cars made between October 4th of 2022 and October 14th of 2023. The seat belts have a missing rivet that prevents people from flying forward in the event of a crash, and the missing piece could put you at a greater risk of injury. So to see if your vehicle needs repair, put in your vehicle's information on Honda's recall website. The EPA is granting the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation over $900,000 to update and overhaul its recycling program. The grant will allow the tribe to replace and upgrade its recycling equipment and expand awareness of the program. This can be done through tribal education, with the main focus on culturally sensitive recycling options, and the money is made available by the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, as well as the EPA's National Recycling Strategy. Let's take a look outside. We are seeing some frosty, foggy conditions out there. Definitely plan on taking it slow if you need to hit the roads. Stacey Lee is talking about what to expect as we get into the week coming up in just a moment. And still ahead on Apple Valley News Now, the holiday season may bring warm and fuzzy feelings for some. But with the weather turning colder, it can also bring about a major shift in our moods. We'll talk about the signs of seasonal affective disorder next.
Top Tree Service is committed to providing the best service and experience possible, from the first call to schedule your estimate through our final after-service follow-up call, ensuring complete satisfaction. Your trees are valuable assets, and we ensure our ISA-certified arborists will protect your investment. The health and safety of your trees are our top priority. Call today to schedule a free estimate and experience the top tree service difference for yourself.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $5,250 total cash allowance on this Silverado. See your community Chevy dealers.
This December 1st to 3rd, experience the magic of the season during Walla Walla's Holiday Barrel Weekend. Kick off the weekend with wine, music, and fun at the Barrel Full of Money auction. Then, sip and savor your way throughout the weekend, tasting some of Walla Walla's renowned wines straight from the barrel. And the whole family can enjoy Walla Walla's charming downtown shops, indoor holiday markets, and the dazzling holiday parade of lights. Come join Holiday Barrel Weekend festivities. Visit Walla Walla December 1st through 3rd and taste the season. Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things Christmas. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Sleep Shop and Furniture has expanded. To celebrate, all living room furniture is up to 35% off. A queen-size gel mattress for only $399 on hand with immediate delivery. Up to 18 months same as cash and no credit financing available. Quality furniture, affordable prices.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. It's a type of depression that can happen during the changing seasons. Most of the time, those experiencing seasonal affective disorder feel it the most in the fall and winter. But some people who are feeling unusually blue this time of year might not realize that's what's going wrong. Mandy Gaither has a look at 5 signs of the disorder and how you can cope.
The weather is changing. The days feel shorter. It's colder, more dreary, and getting darker earlier. These can all be triggers for seasonal affective disorder.
And it occurs in 1 to 10% of Americans. It's more common amongst females and people who live in colder climates.
Psychologist Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says this disorder is caused by a shift in the seasons, which disrupts our circadian rhythms with less sun exposure.
This in turn interrupts our natural internal clock. As a result, there is a drop in serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that regulates our mood, as well as melatonin, which regulates sleep.
Albers says to watch out for 5 signs: feeling down or unmotivated, loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, shifts in appetite like eating more or craving carbohydrates, changes in sleep, usually sleeping too much, and loss of energy.
The symptoms are similar to depression, but they are much milder and they pass when the spring arrives.
Albers says light lamps can help. They mimic outdoor light. She recommends 20 minutes each morning. Since you're not getting as much vitamin D from the sun, eat foods rich in it. Albers suggests salmon, mushrooms, eggs, fortified bread, and milk. And finally, try cognitive behavioral therapy.
This will help to change some of the negative thoughts you're having during the winter months, as well as establish healthy routines around sleeping and eating.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The winter blues become a problem if you're having trouble with your daily routines because of seasonal affective disorder. That's a sign that it's time to reach out to a doctor or a mental health professional for some help. 4 environmental groups are suing the National Park Service to stop it from replanting trees destroyed by fires. Now, this started as a lawsuit that 3 groups filed in September to try to stop the Park Service from cutting trees at Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks in California. The National Park Service says it's concerned that wildfires in 2020 and 2021 killed too many trees for the forests to be able to regenerate on their own. But the environmental groups say sequoia groves need high-intensity fires to reproduce, and they say interfering with ecosystem is a violation of the 1964 Wilderness Act. President Biden will miss the opening of the Global Climate Summit in Dubai this week. Now, when questioned, the White House denied that the Israel-Hamas conflict had anything to do with Biden's announced absence in Dubai. Special Envoy John Kerry and White House Climate Advisor Ali Zaidi will be attending, among other U.S. leaders. Chinese President Xi Jinping has also announced that he is not planning to attend the conference. The 2 countries recently announced a major climate agreement to jointly reduce their planet-warming pollution. Now, a new analysis and maps from a NOAA climate scientist shows snowfall declining globally. According to the data, there has been a 2.7% decline in annual global snowfall since 1973. The most notable in the area north of the tropics and south of the Arctic, where most of the world's population resides. So what's the biggest concern here? The impact on water supplies from all of that snow melting in the spring and summer. Scientists blame rising temperatures from climate change for that lack of snowfall.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we're tracking chilly temperatures this evening. Right now, we're at 32 in Ellensburg at that freezing mark, just above the freezing mark in Yakima. A chilly 30 in Toppenish, 29 Tri-Cities. We're in the mid-20s there in the foothills of the Blues. So a cool night, and those temperatures will continue to drop as the evening progresses. We're about where we were last night, about 2 degrees above in Tri-Cities, but below where we were last night 24 hours ago in Walla Walla. So cool night ahead, 29 degrees. Our feels like temp is 25. Our sunset was early at 4:14. Satellite and radar showing us the big system again. Most of the gray, gloomy cloud and that Arctic air coming down from Canada continues to be our dominating weather pattern. Overall, though, dry, at least for the next couple of days. And check out our averages. We're well below our average, 7 degrees or more, 8 degrees there. And then we'll gradually climb up above average by the weekend. So a warming trend is finally going to come in the way of the 40s. Could even see a 50-degree mark, but staying in the 30s all week long. In Yakima, same thing. We're staying below the average here all the way through Saturday, and we'll start to see those temperatures climbing back up. Now, talking about snow, we are going to see a pretty good snowfall coming our way. This is our future cast through Friday at noon. Now, if you notice, the wind will be coming up from the south. We have a southerly flow. That's going to bring the warmer conditions. However, we're going to see this pretty good amount of snow. This is a White Pass area, about 5, maybe 6 inches close, little over 2 inches across Snoqualmie Pass. Foothills are right here just outside of Yakima, about 1/10 of an inch. So we should remain snowless in the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities. Foothills of the Blues, the Blue Mountains, about 4.5 inches there, and down between Pendleton and LeGrand, about 1.5 to 2 inches. So that could definitely impact travel late Thursday into Friday afternoon. That's what we're looking so far, looking ahead into the future. Let's take a look at our next slide and see what we've got going on. The air stagnation advisory, I told you about this earlier. That's going to be in place till Thursday at 11. Poor air quality through the region with a stagnant air and low clouds hanging around. Now, that is going to cause poor visibility, sometimes to a quarter mile or less in some regions. And right now, air quality, well, it hasn't been too bad, but we have been seeing some impacts through the area. It's moderate, so definitely some air pollution, and that could intensify and get worse through Thursday. So avoid burning any outdoor materials or even like a wood burning stove or fireplace. If you don't need that for your main source of heat, you should avoid using those over the next couple of days. Temperatures overnight tonight in the teens and 20s. It's chilly out there. Look at this, foothills of the Blues, just barely above 20 in Walla Walla, 19 tonight Tri-Cities, 17 in Toppenish. We'll see 20 degrees in Yakima. Let's take a look at our temperatures for tomorrow. Staying cool again. Those low clouds and fog keeping us nice and and chilly with temperatures. The warm spot here, Dayton at 39. Everybody else low to mid 30s through the area. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Those chilly conditions look warmer in Yakima. A little bit of sunshine will creep into there. That fog stays with us through at least Wednesday into Thursday. And then here comes that storm now. That's going to bring mountain snow. We could see rain mixed with snow in the Yakima area. Again, maybe 1/10 of an inch or less of snowflakes there, but temperatures will be warming as we head into the weekend. Here's what it looks like for Walla Walla and Hermiston. Again, low clouds and fog Wednesday, Thursday. There's your chances of rain beginning Friday with snow in the mountains. So if you're planning on any travel over the weekend or maybe visiting those snow parks, they're starting to open up on December 1st. You want to definitely plan for winter driving conditions. More on the way, including your reason to smile. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And coming up next, a local shop said they wanted to set a big goal for Small Business Saturday. The community turned out in support. We'll talk about how many dozens the Spud Nut Shop in Richland made for the big holiday weekend next.
This holiday season, Jacobs & Rhodes wants to turn ugly into unforgettable with the Ugly Furnace Contest. Send us a photo of your ugly furnace at applevalleynewsnow.com under the Features tab, and you could win the gift of warmth. The more creative, the better. First prize, a brand new free gas furnace from Jacobs & Rhodes. Plus, every entry receives a free system inspection and 10% off all repairs. Remember, you must be within 30 miles to win. Embrace the holiday spirit with Jacobs & Rhodes. Show us your ugly furnace and you could win a new furnace for Christmas.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Thursday night, it's the big finale of The Golden Bachelor. Make plans to be at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar as Apple Valley News Now hosts the official Golden Bachelor watch party. Awesome food and drinks, plus enter to win great prizes as the first season of The Golden Bachelor wraps up. It's the official Golden Bachelor watch party, Thursday night at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar in Columbia Center. From Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar, Active for Life, and Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One Stream. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi, and this Xumo Streambox free with Spectrum TV. It makes searching for shows and movies across live TV and streaming apps easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Xumo Streambox for 12 months. Call 833-788-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of it in a new Honda. Whether it's traveling to the holiday family dinner in an efficient Accord hybrid, or heading to a hike to burn it off in a powerful CR-V hybrid. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Join me for our Golden Bachelor watch party.
Only one episode left, so join Stacey Thursday for great food and drinks, awesome prizes, and the big finale, the official Golden Bachelor watch party, Thursday night at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar in Columbia Center.
We have an update tonight on a story that you've been following for the last few days. The Spud Nut Shop in Richland says it made its goal of 500 dozen Spud Nuts for Small Business Saturday. The shop owners tell us they sold 463 dozen pre-orders. On Saturday, they tapped out at a total of 503 dozen sold. Now, the money from those orders is being divided up among the 10 employees for a little extra money this holiday season. The shop says all of you made it possible. And the holiday shopping season continues today with Cyber Monday. Scammers, though, are working overtime to rip you off online. According to the Better Business Bureau, scams are not as easy to spot as they have been in previous years. Cole Higgins has a look at 5 things we can do to protect ourselves from becoming a victim.
The holiday shopping season is in full swing, and those websites hosting online sales are also a hotspot for scammers.
Unfortunately, scammers follow us around like legitimate marketers do.
The Better Business Bureau says scammers are working overtime to rip off eager consumers, and it's getting harder and harder for consumers to spot those scams.
If you think about the way people online shop, most of the time they're on a device. They're not on a laptop or a desktop computer where they might have a better visual field of some of those red flags when it comes to a fake website.
The National Retail Federation is forecasting that online and non-store sales will climb as high as 9% this year, and scammers are taking advantage of that growing trend. The BBB has these 5 tips to help you avoid becoming a victim. Number 1, research before clicking buy. Google the company name with the word scam, reviews, and complaints to see what other customers are saying.
Usually starts with I saw an ad for XYZ, and then they have no confirmation of a purchase.
Which brings us to number 2, buy from legit websites. The BBB says scammers often mimic the URL of a popular retailer to get you to buy counterfeit or fake items. 3, don't be fooled by fake goods on social media.
We've also seen some influencers have their videos hijacked by scammers trying to sell the product on a fake website.
4, don't click on links from random texts or emails. And finally, the BBB says if the sale or promotion seems too good to be true, it probably is. For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
And a bonus tip, the Better Business Bureau recommends checking the About Us or Contact Us section on a company's website. It's a red flag if the only way to contact an online seller is through a form. It is just past Thanksgiving, now officially the holiday season. And up next, we're talking about the White House unveiling its holiday theme this year, why it's about finding the kid in you again. But first, Stacey Lee has your reason to smile.
And check this photo out. This is my friend Justin Turnow. He works at White Pass, so he was up making snow over the weekend under the Northern Lights. What a great photo. And again, White Pass getting ready to open up on Friday. Reason to Smile brought to you by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental in Pasco. Remember to send your photo in. All you have to do is snap it and send it to me, slee at applevalley.newsnow.com.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Winter's chill is here, but we're dreaming of summer. Malibu's year-end sales event is here. Save up to $20,000 now through December 16th at Travelland RV and Marine. Get the best deals on in-stock and 2024 custom order Malibus with new colors, luxury amenities, and industry-leading surf and wake technology for an unparalleled on-the-water experience. These savings won't last long. Act now and secure the biggest savings on the industry's best-selling wakeboard brand. Visit TravelandRVMarine.com today. Your authorized Malibu dealer.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds, advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security on your devices, Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited Spectrum mobile line, and the Xumo Stream Box, free when you add Spectrum TV. Call 833-976-4999. With Spectrum and Xumo, all your favorites are brought together in one place. Use the voice remote to search across live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular streaming apps to watch what you want faster and easier than ever. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Ooh, the DQ Cheeseburger Lovers Deal is back. 2 single cheeseburgers for only $5, or 2 double cheeseburgers for just $7? For real? Oh, tell me it's as good as it looks. Deal this good speaks for itself, I guess. But you better get it before it's gone. DQ, happy tastes good.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
Hey y'all, this ain't no turkey shootout going on at Legends Casino Hotel in November. It's a roping and a riding cash and car roundup where you could wrangle $10,000 in cash or win a new Volkswagen. Just steer your Legends rewards card smack dab into your favorite slot machine to earn entries. And then giddy up on over to Legends Casino on Thursdays for your chance to snag 10 grand in cash or a VW Jetta on November 23rd or the Atlas Crossport on November 30th. Round up the posse and we'll see you at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish.
Welcome back. And finally tonight, the White House is encouraging Americans to embrace their inner child this holiday season. This year's holiday theme at the White House is Through the Eyes of Children. It's decked out in nearly 15,000 feet of ribbon, 350 candles, and more than 34,000 ornaments. Throughout the complex, there are 98 Christmas trees, and First Lady Dr. Joe Biden says she wants people to have a holiday wonder and remember the magic and joy of the season.
Each room is designed to capture this pure, unfiltered delight and imagination. To see, this season, this time of year, through the wondrous, sparkling eyes of children.
In total, more than 142,000 holiday lights decorate the trees, the garlands, the wreaths, and displays. Stacey, this looks like an absolutely classic Christmas display.
It looks pretty spectacular. I
a
like
little
that.
over the top, but I don't mind it.
A little over the top, as long as I don't have to decorate it. It's great.
Yeah, I have not even managed to get my own Christmas lights up, and there's definitely not 150-some thousand of them.
Definitely.
All right, well, before we get a final check on our forecast, we have Merriam-Webster's Word of the Year. If your goal is to be true to yourself, you are in step with the Word of the Year for 2023, which is authentic.
Authentic. Well, Merriam-Webster says there's always been a high volume of lookups for the word for years, but there was a substantial increase in 2023. The online dictionary is citing stories about artificial intelligence, celebrity culture, identity, social media, and even Taylor Swift for the uptick.
I think Taylor Swift is responsible for the uptick in just everything.
There you go.
Now, some of the meanings of authentic include, surprisingly, not false or imitation, true to one's own personality, spirit, or character. Some of the other top words for this year include deepfake, coronation, dystopian, and Riz, which for the non-Gen Zs in the room means romantic appeal or charm. I think it's short for charisma.
Right.
Last year's word of the year was gaslighting, so I'll take authentic over gaslighting.
And Riz, something new for the
that one caught me off guard the first couple of times I heard it.
There you go.
But it's very classic, and maybe there's less Riz than we would hope for in the forecast, though.
Right. Well, there's a lot of cold and a lot of fuzz, or I'm going to call
true.
fog.
Yeah, we'll take that.
One final look at our weather. Let's take a look at that again. We see temperatures in the 30s, chilly overnight, lows teens and 20s. Here comes the rain. Could even see a little rain mix in Yakima. Not expecting a lot of accumulation snow-wise unless you head up into the Cascades or the Blues, where we could see several inches of snow over the weekend. Freezing fog in the forecast for the Columbia Basin with showers beginning on Saturday. The good news is the uptick in those temperatures as we get back to the 50s later into the weekend. And in Walla Walla, more freezing fog with wet weather on the way. So overall, a chilly forecast, but things are improving temperature-wise, but not on the moisture-wise.
Well, maybe it will help clear out some of that stagnant air, and I'm never ready for the snow, though.
Perfect.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We're back tonight at 11.